Hey, are you done with that report? Geez, no need to be so snappy. It's not my fault you're late on it. I offered to help you out with it. Whatever. Meet me in conference room 3 once you've got a spare minute. Because I have an important matter to discuss with you. Something work related, before you get angry at me for talking about non work issues again. And it's very important. Good, I'll see you then. Took you long enough. Lock the door. The soundproofing doesn't work unless it's locked. Trust me, you'll want the room to be soundproof for what we're about to discuss. Or everyone can hear you yelling at me again. I'm sure our manager is just itching to have an excuse to put another strike on your record. He really has it out for you. Can't imagine why. Lock the door, or I won't give you the chance to talk your way out of this. Lock the door. Good. Now, I'd like you to rate my photography skills. Tell me what you think. You look like you want to punch me. Try to hold back a bit for your own sake. It won't look good for you to leave a room alone with a woman with a black eye. You're looking at the photos yourself. When do you think I took them? You know, I have to commend you for how insanely ballsy of a move you two pulled, hooking up with the daughter of your boss in the office he owns. Some might even call you insane. It's clever, though. No one would imagine you'd be stupid enough to do something like that. I didn't even have a clue about the two of you until I stumbled upon this scene when I came back to get a document. And you know how closely I've been watching you. Never thought you'd have the guts to get with a woman who's engaged. Relax. I'm not judging you or her. I know it's an arranged marriage of convenience. The boss's daughter has made her feelings on the matter extremely clear. I'd be annoyed too if my father suddenly told me I was engaged to a guy he knew I didn't get along with. Even if he is the son of her father's most prominent business partner. I mean, I 100% get her wanting to find love outside of her sucky situation, and you're the best catch by far. But to do something like this so publicly, with the fiancé who so openly denounced cheaters? If these photos ended up in his hands, who knows how much of a disaster it would be? Of course I'm threatening you. Why else would I show you the photos? I know you wouldn't want your little lover to suffer, and you'd also lose your job for being complicit. You could potentially lose more than her if this came to light. Aren't you glad you locked the door now? You know, I thought you'd have a bit more patience before you did the whole rip up what I think is the only evidence thing. Well, I can't shame you for being proactive. That passionate side of you is very amusing. Did you really think I would be dumb enough to present you with the only evidence I have? I took the photos on a digital camera, uploaded them onto my iCloud, my regular laptop hard drive, my phone, and I printed off multiple copies. The ones I just showed you, another set I'm keeping at home, and yet another set with a trusted friend. I'm not letting you go that easily. Not when I finally have something that forces you to face me again since you started avoiding me. It wasn't a stalking incident. HR found no evidence of wrongdoing, and like I told you after that meeting, I was only making sure you got home safe every day. The fact you misinterpreted it as stalking is not my fault. With this amount of blackmail, why would I only want to be able to stalk you again? I want a lot more than that, and I'm hoping you'll hear me out before you get all angry. After all, what I want can technically help you out with what you want. All you have to do is think more positively about things, and ideally, about me. Publicly, I want you to date me. Uh. I said, hear me out before you flip out. I said, publicly. You can still see your little affair partner in secret. Of course, I do expect you to do the proper date things with me. Take me out to dinner, go to the movies, let me walk you home. But I'll still let you run around with her in the background. Think of it this way. I'll be your cover in public so people won't suspect you have someone on the side. Having a girlfriend will give you an easy excuse to say you're not looking at other women, right? It's extremely beneficial. And before you answer, make sure to keep in mind that all it takes is one message from me to my friend, and they'll send the evidence straight to our boss. Even if you fight me now and break my phone, you can't break my work computer in front of everyone, right? Do you really have to care what she thinks? Or let me put it this way. Do you really think she deserves to be worrying constantly over whether or not these photos will be leaked? She strikes me as the type of person to crack immediately. She'll do something desperate to try and get me fired or seen as someone untrustworthy to dear old daddy, and end up exposing both of you in the process. You can just tell her I'm a concerned friend who offered to be your cover, and the only reason we go on dates is purely to keep up the illusion of being a couple. Doesn't that sound much better? Who cares whether people think it's surprising or not? As long as we both say we're happily together, it doesn't matter if it seemingly comes out of nowhere or it looked like you hated me before this. We can pin it on office tensions. I'm just gonna cut you off there. You really need to stop thinking of excuses to dodge around this and give me a clear answer already. People are gonna get suspicious if we're alone in a conference room for too long. Not that you seem to mind that kind of stuff. I knew you'd see things the right way. Don't worry. I'll keep all those photos safe and sound and hidden away. Not another soul will know they exist. You go on ahead. I need a minute to myself. Plus, you really need to finish that report.